All right, let's get the stream going. Before I move on to the actual launch Soku thing, I want to make a couple different changes to build Soku. One of them, in working on like my own products and like trying to just do all of my work within this app, I've noticed that like in the terminal one, I'll start like a coding agent but then I'll have to do like some terminal commands on my own. So I want to have like a tab in here where it's like I can open a new tab in the terminal, just like in a normal terminal, right? You can have like your terminal window and then do Command T, and you can have a tab within that same one. So I'm gonna do that same thing in here. So I can do different terminal commands from within the same work tree. So theme toggle can go away. Theme toggle opus. Oh, these are all the old ones. Recents filter. Yeah, those are all old ones. So this is just, and I did want to change that too. I thought that'd be kind of a cool feature to like, if and when I'm working on more than one feature at a time, I'll be able to change this to whatever the work tree name is, like the end of it. So in build Soku, let's just start a new work tree and call this, I want to do two things. I want to do three things today. So resize, work tree card. It's more of like a chore than a feature. Technically, yeah, it's like a chore. So we'll do that. We'll go ahead and clear this, and then we're going to start two more. Hello? All right, a little UI bug there, so we'll fix that in the middle of all this. Whatever. Yeah, I need to fix that too. This one we'll do, it's kind of a chore too. Terminal tabs. And then one more, and we'll go, this is a chore for sure. Wait, am I on the wrong one? Shoot, this is the main tree. See, this is where it would be nice, because this is the main tree actually. What an idiot. So I can actually get out of this. Clear this. I do need to still work on that, but let's filter by build Soku. I guess it didn't save those. So we'll do three, I want to say it's going to be four. We'll just do three different new terminal windows. And this one we'll call, what did I say this was going to be? Resize work tree cards. And this one's going to be multi-tab terminal. Multi-tab terminal, and then this one's going to be rename or unique dev app name. Unique dev app name. Alright, so we'll clear this out. I guess I don't really have to do this. I get in the habit of doing that, but so let's start Claude. And I do want to think about adding this feature in here too, because it's like oftentimes the first thing I'll do is start a new Claude session and do dangerously skip whatever. So it'd be cool if I had like a little button right here where it's like, maybe over here, start Claude, so I don't have to type this every time. I might add that in this, but maybe not. Try the new full screen renderer, flicker free output. It's so funny. I just watched a video on this today where it's like, you know, they always say like Claude is, or coding is largely solved. It was the Primeagen, the primetime guy on YouTube, and he was like, yeah, they keep saying that coding is largely solved, but they've been talking about this flicker problem for the past year. Yeah, let's try it. Why not? Actually, before we do that, we want to do Claude update, because I was on an older one, I guess. We'll go ahead and clear this. We try again. Okay, we'll just do all these because I'm just using Claude today. I could do Codex actually. Actually, we'll do what's this one again? Update. We'll try Codex on this one actually. Codex YOLO. Trust all and continue. I actually need to do Codex update too. It'd be cool to update before every start. Obviously you might not want to do that, but why not? Clear. Alright. So this one is the resize. And I like the new feature I added in over the weekend. I haven't been able to get streaming recently, but based on how, like, whatever my workflow is for the day, I've wanted to be able to reorder these, which I can now do, which is dope. And they also reorder, I don't know why it's not showing the active tab, but anyways, once I start actual coding in these, they'll show up in the active tab and they'll change order based on the order in here, which is kind of dope. So anyways, let's get started on this little cutie. I don't know why it's like that, but so what is this one again? I need to have a hover or some better unique way to see what feature this is versus just, okay, multi-tab terminal. So we'll start there. I want to add a new feature into Build Soku in the agent terminal section of the app. Right now it just allows users to only have one terminal. I want to have a plus button on the right side of that header that allows users to add multiple terminals within that terminal view, so that they can be running their coding agent in one of them and then do, you know, your basic terminal commands, whether it be Git related or CLI related, updating CLIs, clearing the dev server, stuff like that from the additional terminals. They should show up as new tabs, I think, underneath or maybe even within the agent terminal header. It should be able to support resizing and not look too cluttered. It should be on a single line. It shouldn't do line wrapping. Yeah, we'll start there. We shall start there. Yo, what up? Yo, what up, Otto? What's good, dog? All right, so we'll start that, and then this one is, I forgot what this one is. Resize worktree cards. Yeah, because I wanted to like, I don't want all of these to have to. It'd actually be cool if we could have like a new grid system on this to where that would make it super complex. So where if like I wanted these two big and like two smaller ones in the middle, I could do that. I don't really want to do that though. And even this feature is like kind of dumb. Like I don't even know if I want to spend time or tokens on this. Basically what I want to do is like click and drag like a little area on the bottom down here and like drag it up to where I can make it smaller or bigger based on my feel or whatever. So like in a world where let's just say I'm doing, it's over here or something, and I want to make this one smaller maybe. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't worry about that. Maybe I shouldn't worry about that one, to be honest. But like this is a good example where like if I wanted to drag this one out, make it bigger, but keep these the same, it's probably not even worth it. It's probably not worth the token spend, to be honest. Not that it's a big deal, because it'd be a negligible amount. Let's work on this one though for sure. When I start new dev servers for various apps, yeah. When I start new dev servers for the Build Soku app, when it's running locally on that dev server, when I do command tab to look at all the open apps, it just shows as desktop below the name of each different instance, which is causing confusion for which app is for which worktree or which dev server that's being run. So I want to be able to, when I'm running those dev servers, create unique names for the development apps so that I can easily tell which one is connected to which work tree. It should just follow the work tree name and display that below the app. What the fuck is that UI? It's synthwave, my dog. I have an insatiable desire for neon and LED, if you couldn't tell behind me. So I have this cool theme. I have a Warcraft theme because I was a Warcraft guy back in the day. But I've been rocking with this synthwave theme for the past couple days or so. Yo, bro, I can't catch your streams because of the time difference. Good to see you. Hey, good to see you too. Honestly, I haven't been streaming the past couple days. I've been super busy. I had to go down to my old man's house over the weekend and help him set up, or help him. Why do you need to do that? No. Help him build a deck around a pool. Tron 2026? Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. I feel like software is boring now, to be honest. And so like normally, like when you build apps with any of the coding tools, they'll turn out like this, right? Very generic, which is fine. Like you don't have to build pretty UIs. Like this is fine, right? It's It serves its function. But sometimes it's like if I'm going to be working in like an agent-based UI or anything really, and I'm going to be like looking at it all day long. I don't know. This took me about an hour to make this theme for my app. Do you think Fable is coming back? It was my only good model we had. I think it'll come back at some point. Yeah, I saw something about Trump said that like Anthropic is no longer a national security risk as a company or whatever, which basically probably just means that they made a deal under the table that no one knows about, which is annoying to even speculate, but that's government. But I think it'll come back at some point. There's no way they spent... I want to say on stream a couple days ago, we kind of figured out about how much they spent to train Fable. And I want to say it was around $85 to $100 million. And so, like they're not just gonna throw that money away, you know what I'm saying? So, and even saying that Dario can't even use, or whoever it was, Karpathy, couldn't even use Fable, like there's no way they're gonna let that slide. So it'll come back in some capacity. I don't know how. Maybe it'll just be API. Hopefully they let us use it in like the terminal before gatekeeping it to the UI, or sorry, to the API, but oh, for sure, dude. For sure. I've speculated that for many, many moons, to be honest. Even before like the AI tools and stuff. Like if you think about Apple, right? They came out with like the first biometric scanner, like the thumbprint. If you had an iPhone, like the first couple iPhones, I don't know which ones it was, the 3 or the 4 or something, just scan your fingerprint. Like if you think that they're not selling your fingerprint data to the government so that they can keep track of who's who, you know, I think that you're incredibly naive. So I wouldn't doubt that they'd be selling our information to some capacity to these clowns, which is unfortunate, but such is the world we live in. All right, I don't think I'm gonna do this actually. I don't want to mess with the resizing. I did, however, last night and a little bit this morning. I should have done it on stream because it would have been cool to see. Basically, the whole idea of like me building this, Build Soku, is to be able to build the real app that I want to build, like really quickly, really efficiently, and without having to like switch apps very much. So one of the things that I just built is this API tab, which is kind of cool. And what it does, I'm actually going to switch to another. I'm going to switch over here. This is Stripe webhooks. Yeah, it's fine. What I'm going to do is go to the API tab. And in here, I built it to where there's two different methods of API discovery. So this is high level. Ah, shoot. Did I get the new changes in here? I don't think I did. Maybe I did. High level, this is kind of like a replacement for Postman. I don't know if everyone knows what Postman is, but it's basically like an API testing environment to where you can test local APIs or non-local. So you could do like well, this is like a hosted one of mine, but you could do like a local host and test it. This isn't running, so it won't work. And so I was like, okay, it'd be sick. It'd be sick if I could just like I could clone this kind of idea into mine. And so that's what I did a couple nights ago. But in addition to that, what's sometimes confusing with doing these is remembering the requests and like what you need, like what the parameters are, what the authorization headers are, what the body structure is. So I added two things in here last night, which is pretty cool. The first one is a discovery It's like a discovery sweep of your repo. I think this would be especially helpful for true vibe coders who don't really know what the HEFF is going on. But what it'll do is it'll do a sweep. It'll use the CLI under the hood to whichever one you want it to use. And it'll do a sweep of your repository, whichever one that you're in. And it'll discover all the API endpoints for that application. And it'll ask you which ones you want to add in, right? And so you can uncheck all, check whichever ones you want. It'd be sick if I can click and drag. So that you can batch them and group them into different groups, I guess. And so you can see in one clear place what all your API endpoints are, and then you can come in here and test them individually, right, with the different base URLs. So you'll have like your environments. Right now we just have local, and the base URL is supposedly localhost 3000. So if it were running, it's not, so it's not going to work right now. But if it were running, yeah, if it were running, I could run this and this would work. But so if you could come in here and create a new staging one, right? Which I'm gonna do. Staging environment, and then I wouldn't do this, but you could do a production environment if you wanted to. Prod. You could do a production if you wanted to. Again, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't test your production API unless you have something super unique that's yeah, anyways. And then you can come back into here and then change whatever that environment is. Oh yeah, dude, you should 100% do that. Put in a custom theme, why not? I mean, it just gets boring, dude. For me, like, looking at this all day long, dog, it just gets boring to me. And so whenever I get bored, I used Warcraft for, a couple weeks, and then I just did this yesterday, so I can it's like ease on the eyes. You should build a waitlist for your app /beta so you can confirm demand for the app. Yeah, I probably should. Honestly, I'm not, this isn't like the main product that I want to sell to folks. And like, honestly, people in stream that pull up aren't really my target audience for the app that I'm going to be building. This is kind of just like what I'm building right now, like what's on screen is really just for me. So I don't really have an idea of monetizing this because there's different tools out there like this, right? There's the thing that famous YouTuber guy has over 1 million followers, T-Mux or whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. A couple different people have built something like this, right? So I have a lot of unique features in mind that are like quality of life improvements. Yeah. So it's kind of like BridgeMind. I've never downloaded or seen what BridgeMind looks like under the hood. And I actually started building this about a month ago and come to find out that it's very similar to BridgeMind. But yeah, like that's a good example though, because like I'm not doing this live stream journey, unlike that guy. Matt, I think is his name. Unlike Matt, I'm not doing live streaming to like hope that my target audience will pull up and buy my app. Because I live stream dev stuff, right? I live stream dev tools, and I built my own Whisperflow clone. Don't have any plans on selling it. I built something very similar to I think what BridgeMind is. Don't really have any plans to sell it because like my thing is I have an app idea that I want to build. I just haven't gotten started on it yet. It's a long story. I actually have, but I'm building like version 1. I have V0 up. I think I'm rambling at this point. You asked, or you said that I should do like a beta to see if anyone would be interested in using this. I probably should, but that's not my main reason for streaming. I think most of the Bridgemind guys, customers or users are people that watch his stream, which is great. Yeah, his streams mostly target his audience for the monetization. He does a lot of demo type stuff. Yeah. Yeah. What's the MVP app you have out? The app I have out, like the V0, is... Do I even have a... Ah, shoot. No. So stupid. Is... Again, not for anyone. They would probably pull up to stream. It's called... What is it? Stage... Oh wait, no, that's not right. Yeah. It's called My Soku, or it's called... I'm going to change it to like Post Soku or something like that. But it's basically an app not too dissimilar to something like Post-its, I think is what it's called, where you can... Well, this is different. Basically, you'll have automations. It's an automation platform for social media, but it'll have heavy AI integration into it. But basically, and ignore what Nightbot just said. That's like a different thing that I'm doing too. Basically, you'll post a target platform or a source platform, and then it'll repost to Instagram, you know, any of the connected apps. And then after that, it'll do templates based on... Did my thing get disabled again? I think my... I think it disabled my billing account because there's supposed to be pictures show up in here. But basically, it's for like infopreneurs, solopreneurs that have like a product idea or unique concepts that they talk about. And so they'll post to like TikTok or they'll post to Instagram, and it'll redistribute those to the different apps with the same format. But then on top of that, you can create templates where it'll analyze a transcript, it'll analyze the frame-by-frame video, and it'll come up with whatever you want that template to be. So, oh, it's the Bridgemind dude in reverse. What do you mean by that? So for example, this is where I got my inspiration from, was these marketing guys that are infopreneurs. They'll have like a lot of videos like this, right? And somewhere in one of these videos, he probably said something along these lines in here. The best way to accomplish your goals, have fewer of them. So somewhere in here, he probably told someone something like that. But he has a whole marketing team that posts all these for him, right? And these are kind of like the basic ones that he does. This is a good example too, like mine from a video that he did. And so it would be sick if you could do this on autopilot without a whole marketing team. He did a similar social media automation thing before pivoting to the dev tool side. Oh, okay, interesting. Hormozy is goated. You're absolutely right on that. I didn't know that. Yeah, Hormozy's very inspirational, very wise, a little bit daunting to me because it's like Buddy was just like a normal human 10, 15 years ago, right? He's just like a normal gym bro, but he just scaled like crazy. So his goal, I saw in a recent video, his goal is to make $1 billion a year. And it's like, dude, I'm just trying to make 20 million once. Like our level of like our success metric is just on completely different universes. Like, bro, I want to make 20 million once and then probably be done. But Buddy wants to make $1 billion a year. It's inspirational for sure. Just trying to buy a goat farm? Hey, I don't see why not, dude. That sounds like a good life to me. Oh, there we go. Now there's the pictures. Yeah, so Hormozy used to do... Yeah, he is at another level. So the main motivation for my app that's different than probably the Bridgemine guys or the Post-its app or so Instagram.com/Hormozy is if you go in here and look, like all these guys say to how to get to this number of followers is to do this right here. 4,100 posts, right? If you go look at anyone, like they don't have 4,100 posts, and a solo guy like me to get to even 1,000 is going to be super hard, especially making them all unique, right? And posting once a day isn't going to do it. And so it's like trying to find new ways to repurpose old content or repurpose your content into different formats, right? Because everyone's like, post more, post more, post more. Do different formats, do different formats for different platforms. And so Soku is going to let you do that in like an automation type style. And also it's going to have like an MCP and a CLI to where you can go into Claude Code and be like, hey, generate me an image of my tweet style template and say these words in there and post it on Instagram and Facebook, and it'll do it for you, right? So I could do that from my phone. I have a working concept, or proof of concept working right now, but I kind of want to build it again in public using a different stack. Yeah. So, an extra 150K and I'm headed to the woods to live away from it all. Yeah. Every once in a while I think about that. I know I wouldn't be happy. I say happy. I think I would be extremely happy with 20 mil in the bank and a list of things that I like to do every day and do them, but I think it would get old after a while. And so I think I'll always want to have a purpose of some sort. So, but retiring somewhere off in the hills, preferably near a mountain or a beach or both, would be dope. All right, I gotta get focused because these things have probably been waiting on me. Oh, they're not. I need to make some sort of hover thing so I can see what, or maybe make it up here or something, like a little pill, so I can see what work tree this is, because I don't remember. And also this is getting cluttered. What happens if I go smaller? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, it's just a little bit too small. Unique dev app name, okay. So does that work? I did not leave the server running. All right, so let's go. There's no server running right now. So if we go into preview and start this little cutie, let's see what happens. I want to just make enough money to retire at like 30. After that, I'd probably just have my money work for me and live a good life. Yeah, I mean, that's the goal, right? 20 mil, you could get away with 10 mil in the bank and live happily ever after. 20 mil is very, very, very comfortable though. Because you think about 20 mil times 0.04 per year, that's 800K a year in interest at a very conservative 4% return, right? And so even if even if you just lived on even if you just lived on 500K, and every year that goes by, like this number goes up by, oh shoot, what happened? For me, I want the opportunity to live quiet, find something and find if I'm missing something. The noise of life doesn't really allow for missing something. The noise of life doesn't really allow for that. Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true. I feel like it's just getting noisier too. Especially with all this AI stuff, this like AI doom and gloom. Every job's gonna be replaced. Universal basic income.